So they tell us that Alexander has 9 marbles, Emily has 5 marbles. And then we're asked, how many more marbles does Alexander have than Emily? So pause the video and try to see if you could figure this out. Now let's work this out together. So let's just draw it out. Alexander has 9 marbles. So we could draw his marbles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Emily has 5 marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many more marbles does Alexander have than Emily? Well, we could see it in this picture right over here. Alexander, these are all the, so this is up until this point, this is the same number that Alexander has as Emily. And then Alexander has, we see it right over here. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 more marbles. Now, what's another way that we could have thought about it? Well, Alexander has 9 marbles. And if you were to subtract the number of marbles Emily has, that's how much more marbles Alexander has. That's how much more 9 is than 5. So you could have said 9 minus 5 is equal to the 4 marbles. That's how much more marbles Alexander has than Emily. Let's do another one of these. Noah was mailing 2 letters. The heavier letter had 8 stamps. The lighter letter had 5 fewer stamps. How many stamps did the lighter letter have? So once again, try to pause this video and see if you can figure it out on your own. So the heavier letter, it's always useful to just, well, what are they telling us? So they're saying, just write down whatever information they give us. So the heavier letter has 8 stamps. The lighter letter has 5 fewer stamps. So do we know how many the lighter letter has? Well, not immediately. That's what they're actually asking us. How many stamps did the lighter letter have? But it's 5 fewer. 5 fewer than what? 5 fewer than 8 stamps. And so we could write that. If we have 8 stamps and we want to go 5 fewer than that, 5 fewer, well, that's going to be 8 minus 5. This is 5 fewer than 8, which is going to be equal to 3. The lighter letter has 3 stamps. Now, another way you could have thought about it, the heavier letter had 8 stamps. Let's draw 8 stamps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's how much the heavier letter had. The lighter letter had 5 fewer stamps. Let's take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are you going to be left with? Well, you're going to be left with these 3 stamps right over here. This is how many stamps the lighter letter had.